is a car upside down right there. Who knows how old it is though. I mean, this is what it's had to have gone off of. You just never know when you drive on a car if you're gonna solve some other case.
Montgomery police are working to find out whose car was found submerged at Powder Magazine Park Tuesday. Officials say no one was found inside the car and it had not been reported stolen.
Today we travel to Montgomery, Alabama, the capital of Alabama, home to over 200,000 people. We've been here before and we found several vehicles in a pond that we dove. Today we're checking the river.
Yeah, we didn't have time last time we was here to check the river because the first place we hit had like, I think 4 cars in it.
Yeah, so I believe those might have been a training car.
A couple of them
became training cars.
Yeah.
So we know where those are. There's also one more mystery one in there we never dove. We're gonna try to do that today. There's a lot of storms, severe, coming in today. It's gonna be raining, but we're gonna try to cover the Alabama River, which goes right through the town. I don't know what we're gonna find. This whole area is very, there's a lot of history, a lot of civil rights history. There's a lot.
It's a big town. I mean, you don't, I have no idea what we could find. We could find 20 cars at this boat ramp.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
There's not a lot of public boat ramps, so we kind of had to drive outside of town. We were trying to go to one. It was apparently the Maxwell Air Force Base, and we learned quickly we couldn't get through there.
No, like there's 13 missing people in Montgomery.
Yeah. 1
is documented to be missing in his car.
Yeah, one man, Jimmie Lee Green, he went missing back in 2004. He was driving a dark 4-door 89 Cadillac Brougham, which we searched for before, we didn't find, but we never searched the river.
No, that's a big car too.
Yeah, it's a big car.
So it's like, it'd be pretty easy to spot on sonar, depending on like if it's rocky, but if it's sandy, like usually, it should be easy to see.
Yeah, we never know what we're gonna find, but we're gonna take the boat out, so let's get on the river and see what we can discover today. Alright, we just got on the boats. Right now I'm going the opposite way of the city to check under there's a 31 bridge south of Memorial Drive. It just looked like there was a side road under it. Somebody could dump a vehicle or just be up to no good over there. So just right down here to the right, we're gonna check it out. I mean, there's a lot of openings over here that you could definitely get a vehicle in. I mean, I'm seeing a few random things like that's not a vehicle. There's the bridge pillars over there. I think that this spot might be clear. I mean, there's old ladders or dock, old wood. You can kind of see there. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a good spot to maybe dive to see what we can find. Probably be in the downtown area though, or just any cars. But I think this spot's looking good right now. Alright, here's the bridge we just made it to. I mean, it's deep enough, 23 feet. Looks pretty clear and sandy. So if anything is out here, it's gonna pop off pretty good. Which I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like there's a few. It's an old bridge.
Big old something. Old bridge or
old dock.
Boat or something.
It looked like there was a road to get to underneath the bridge. You could drive down here, so. And there was a rope swing we just saw over there, so it looks like you can still access it. All right, that bridge is clear. Now we're gonna head up into the city, see what we can find there. All right, it is extremely rocky. Right now we're going by the military base, but there's a road that goes all the way down here. You know, it sounds weird that there would be a car in the water when you have to go through the base, but we found one before in Huntsville.
I mean, yeah, there's, how do you say it? Should never leave no stone unturned.
Yeah. Anytime you think that, oh, you can just not check there, then you might find something. So we check everywhere we can, you know, within the time given. I think it gets shallow over here, really shallow. But We'll keep checking around here. Right now it looks really rocky, like I said. It's still 20 feet, but I think it drops down to like super shallow up here on the right. We'll see how far we can go. All right, we made our way over here to the boat ramp. This is the one on the military base, although it looks long abandoned. So it's pretty interesting. Back in 2019, it looks like a white SUV was found in this area. I assume it was stolen of some sort, but they probably thought it was deep enough to hide a car out here, but it's only 3 feet. I mean, we barely fit in our boat.
Montgomery police are working to find out whose car was found submerged at Powder Magazine Park Tuesday. According to Montgomery police, officers were called to the 200 block of Eugene Street after a fisherman reported a vehicle was underwater. Montgomery Fire Rescue Captain Jason Pups said dive team members surveyed the vehicle before it was towed from the water. Officials say no one was found inside the car and it had not been reported stolen.
So that's pretty crazy that they tried to put that SUV out here. Definitely, it looks like it could be deep, but unless you have a sonar out here, you would never know that it's only 3 feet. It's clear though, so we're gonna keep on going. We're right up, the city's right up this way. All right, we're passing downtown's riverfront park area. It looks really nice, but there's all types of junk in the water here.
Road, or maybe an old boat ramp? Like a massive one.
Yeah, a bunch of old debris.
I want to go scan out in the middle, because if that was an old boat ramp, I mean, there might be a really old car out there in the middle. I don't know.
You think that was a boat ramp?
It's either a boat ramp or a road, but it stops right here. It kind of looks like a boat ramp.
Yeah, it's like 6 feet. It's getting shallow over here.
All right, so the weather is setting in, and wouldn't you know it, I'm pretty darn sure we just found a car that's upside down in another weird spot.
It looks like an upside down. It looks like little tires on the car.
That's what I'm thinking. But I mean, if it is a car, it had to have been here for a long time, because the only way it would be to come off this old bridge site, but it's barricaded off. Oh no! Sorry about that. Oh no. We'll see here in a minute, but you can see if it is a car, it came off of this. And I think this is like an old road, dead end or something.
It's like a barge or maybe an old bridge or a road or something. Yeah.
Some way or another, a car might came off there, but it was a long time ago. I mean, there's a business up there. I don't know, dude. We'll see real quick. What are we looking at here? I think it's definitely a vehicle. Upside down.
That is a car upside down right there.
What's crazy?
Who knows how old it is though?
I don't see how. I mean, yeah, it had to have been here a long time.
I mean, you can still see the tires right there, but that is a car.
I mean, right up in here. That's where the tag would be, if anything. So it'd be easy to identify it. Problem is, right as we found this thing, this weather is sitting in.
It does kind of look boxier. I mean, older style.
I mean, the problem I'm having right now, diving here right now, is a huge risk because we have an aluminum tank strapped on your back with a giant thunderstorm coming. People have been struck.
Be smart.
Yeah, like there are documented cases of people getting struck by lightning scuba diving, and it knocks them out and they drown.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're all about safety as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get struck by lightning. I mean, we're in an aluminum boat out in the middle of the river. I think it's probably a risk too.
Yeah.
But
I'm just glad we found a car because we've been searching all day and haven't found anything.
Now the big thing is what's the storm going to do to this water? Because right now it's diveable.
Right
tomorrow they could be raging.
Maybe sometimes they get rain and they're not that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know this river well enough.
Well, it's not supposed to rain. It's gonna be a few hours of an intense storm, so it's gonna dump a lot of water fast. So it might. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We've got a car. That's what we came here for. Got a car. That's it. That's all I got. We got a car.
We got a car. We just found a bunch of old bottles out here too. A lot of history.
I'll bet you this car is like old muscle car. It's been here a long time. Because I mean, if you look around, there's zero way to get a vehicle here. I don't see a way.
There's a big
I say it came off of that old road. You better steer, you don't get killed.
There's a big farming supply building right here now. I don't know what it looked like before. All right, it is starting to rain and pour really hard. As you guys can see, we are trying to put the boat up. We got back just as the storm was starting to hit really bad, so we're gonna put this up and reconvene. the next day. We are back at Hooters Park, boat landing. The water still doesn't look muddy, so I think we'll be okay. Let's have enough visibility to see what we're looking at on this vehicle. Better get in the boat and get down there. 14. So we're looking for an oldish car. I mean, that...
Well, it's 10 years. He went missing. I don't know what that place looked like in 10 years, but
I looked at the map. It's been there a long time.
So this probably isn't him. This is just probably a really old car.
Probably a really old car. But we haven't found any other cars outside ponds here, so...
No? I don't know.
We'll check it out. Alright, we just made it back here to the location. Right next to this old... I guess it was barges came next to it and they drove out, and... I mean, it's an old agriculture building. Maybe that's how they moved goods. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's just an old road.
Oh, it's like 25. It's 25 feet right here. It's a little deeper than you'd think.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's the car. It's kind of crazy looking, but I'm gonna mark this with a magnet real quick. Well, I'm on something.
Right on top of it right now. That's probably it.
Probably.
Now what are you gonna do?
Well, this rope's long enough. I could just, if I can tie it to the boat, we can tie the boat right there. Can we just do that?
That's right. Creep over there.
Alright, so Jeremy's getting suited up right there. I mean, this is what it's had to have gone off of. I'm guessing these bars weren't here before. They definitely look newer than the structure itself, I would think. I mean, they still have color on them. Some of these older metal underneath is just all rusted. So I'm sure they added that at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if cars went off here, then they had to pull cars off. This thing's got grass growing all over it. Woo! That wind's crazy. But it should be a pretty quick dive, and we'll find out what this car is. You just never know when you dive on a car if you're gonna solve some other case. Alright. The car's straight out here. I mean, I guess it's possible it could have just launched off if it wasn't so many trees right here, you know, 20 years ago. Which I'm guessing the car's at least 20 years old. Been in a long time. Alright, Jeremy's at the car right now. Straight out there, I got the live scan going. You can see him. Here's the car, and he's right on top of it. There's his air bubbles coming up. Pretty cool. He's on it. I mean, shouldn't take long at this point. He's going to be looking for a plate or anything he can identify it with, and hopefully we get some answers to what this car is. The hell was that? Damn, fish. All right, Jeremy's coming back up now. Oh, what is that? You might want to just go over there to the edge. You can probably stand up somewhere right there. So what was it?
I mean, I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say some kind of old Ford four-door blue. It's either dark blue. It's not blue. It's dark blue or maybe gray, but if I had to guess, I'd say like it's blue or navy blue.
Yeah.
It's got those old wheels with like 20 or 30 spokes on it. Big fat center cap.
Well, you got a part number on this.
Yeah, that was one of the tail lights. So I was like, hell with it.
Definitely older style. Could you see much? Visibility wise?
What you'd expect. I mean, I could see, but it was like maybe a foot.
Yeah.
And like I was stirring up a lot of crap, so I'd have to wait until it cleared. There's a rush. That's always a rush.
You were down there a while. I was watching you on the live scan.
Yeah, I couldn't, I don't know, I was irritated because I kept going around it. There's a big tree in the way. And then the magnet was throwing me off because I was like, what the hell is the magnet attached to? Because like apparently I went right over the car and didn't even know it.
Oh, really?
And then I found a tire and then I was like, oh, and then I got tangled up in the cord and I'm like, dang. My lower half's freezing. This sweater, pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, my leg got cold. That big sissy.
How you gonna get in here?
Well, yep. I was thinking. So anybody else would have panicked. Like I 100% guarantee it. But I'm crawling around the car and it's like towards the end of the dive and I'm like, I'm trying to find something I can find a part number. And I picked up something and either a fish or a turtle come out of that thing and smashed right into my mask.
Really?
And I mean, it was like, bip, and I was like, jeez. And for a second there, I was like, man, that would have made anybody panic. Because I mean, it came out hard. It wasn't like a gentle tap. It like moved my mask.
Man.
But I survived. I survived
Well, it's like,
the attack.
It's like one of those things where it's freaky, then you immediately see, you know, it's something that's not gonna hurt you. It's just like, oh, I didn't like it.
Surprise, I'm like,
yeah.
You hear me underwater, brr. Yeah.
All right, I got the part here.
I think it's,
yeah, that's a Ford, man. You were right.
I think it's out. Oh,
that's gotta be this.
Yeah, it's gotta be that one.
It's also,
I would just Google that whole thing, Ford, and then type that in. It should bring up a tail light.
84 Mark. What's VII8?
An 84 Ford Mark VII, whatever that is in Roman numerals. Mark 7, Mark 8, I don't know. I've never heard of that before. Must be old though. Who's right? 70s, 80s. No, not a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeesh. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. It's falling apart. It had those wheels on it though. And you see, I think those, yeah, it had those wheels on it.
And those wheels. Well,
That's
That's the car.
Not our Cadillac. I didn't think it would be though.
84. I mean, that's 40 years old.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Pretty wild. I mean, we had no tag or VIN or anything, but we can look around, see if there's any cars linked to that.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised.
All right, we are checking some ponds here. I found this area. It's right off the highway right here. You guys can see. Caught my eye because there's clearly some people have been driving down here to fish. And it's pretty close to the pond that we found like 4 cars in before. Pretty much, you could walk down this. If you're looking for spots to dump a car, this is a pretty good spot. I feel like maybe. I mean, if you could launch the car, it's not a great launching spot. But there's some openings here, so if it's deep enough, I think it'd be a good spot to check. Let's go look under here under the bridge real quick. Something dead over here. Somebody dumped their dead dog. You can see the collar that was around his neck. Well, it's all bones, but you can see the collar wrapped around bones. That's horrible. Cop just drove by. I don't know if he's turning around or not, but let's try to get this boat in the water. And just set it down. Ha! Let's get the boat out here and scan. There's a tire over there. May not even be deep enough, but you never know until you go, I always say.
That's the motto?
That's my motto. Man, still something I wanted to check.
There's a tire. 4 feet. Might be deeper down there.
Yeah.
It's deep enough now. 8 feet right there.
Coming back. Yeah, I mean, you could drive down there, but it looks... I feel like it's clear right now. Looks clear.
Yeah, deep enough. Ain't nothing out there.